Octagon 52, Magard versus Cartwright, January 27th in Newcastle. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com now.
Some highlights, some memories there from Octagon, and still some memories to be made. We see the debut of the king of violence, Ammari Diedrick, coming out of the UK. Former Glory kickboxer, now stepping into MMA, 4-1 in his record, all 4 by knockout, but taking on Máté Kertész. Kertész fought for the title twice, has wins over the likes of Jungwirth, Pukac, Usker, an amazing talent, and somebody in the top 10 that Diedrick will be looking to announce himself here. This, our next fight.
For me, it's all in the opening touch here, how this one starts out. We know Diedrick's going to come forward, we know he's going to throw heavy. How is Kertész going to deal with it, and can he get it to the mat? And if he does so, how quickly will it take him to do so? Diedrick training with an incredible team back in the UK, and he needs to put all those skills on display here. For me, it's the leg kicks that are really going to make a difference. We see one straight away. Devastating leg kicks from Diedrick. If he can put them into play, he might be able to upset the grappling game of Kertész.
He said he liked the fact that Kertész comes with that lead leg and doesn't really check kicks, which is something you can't do against Diedrick. Oh, and look at that, Kertész came in. Look at the body lock on Diedrick, though. He said, look, I grapple regularly with the likes of Leon Edwards, Fabian Edwards.
Trying to create frames and move, that's what he said.
Oh, nice.
He saw in the fight with Grabinski, almost. He saw in that fight that when he created frames and circled off, that's what caused a lot of problems for Kertész. Needs to be careful of the shots as well, those Diedrick. So he's trying to replicate that. Whenever he gets put up against the fence, create frames and move away. Gets back up to his feet after, gives up the back. Needs to be careful here. Great work now from Kertész.
Yeah, working his way back to his feet. But again, Kertész, such a clever technician, such high fight IQ.
Beautiful work to take the back there with that second hook.
And also great work to read that low kick coming in right.
Yeah, timed it extremely well to get to the back here. A lot of time now for Kertész with 2 hooks in, laying good shots down. A lot of time, very troubling time now for Ammari. He needs to try and kick out that left leg. And if he could kick out that left leg and lose a hook, I'm sure he can pull off Kertész. All about that left hook. It's very weak on that left side.
Oh, nice elbow coming from the side again.
And Kertész happy to just, little shots away, wrapping up the arms very high on Diedrick to see if he can kick out that back leg. Needs to get rid of now that. Now it's the right leg that he needs to try and lose, but that's a lot deeper. And maybe come out the back door, come backwards if he can. Kertész recognizing that and going underneath the armpit. Challenged early here. Very dominant position as we come to the halfway mark.
Yeah, round number 1 here. We saw some good work on the feet from Diedrick, but what an adjustment from Máté Kertész.
Yeah, and Diedrick just kind of burying his head and accepting the position almost. He needs to hustle here. He needs to try and get rid of one of those hooks.
Technically, how does he do it though? Which leg does he need to free and how?
Well, it depends on the side. At the moment, there's a lot of weight on that left hip. He wants to get the deep hook out, which is the right leg. See how he wants to bring this right foot from underneath and kick back like a donkey kick his leg back, or he can try and pyramid up. So he can't push on the hands because Kertész flattening him out here.
Now.
Great work, but now he's twisting the hips. Beautiful.
Now he's turning into, he might give up the head numb.
That's great work, though, there from Diedrick to escape the back. Yes, he's lost the full mount position, but takes himself out of danger and puts himself in a more common position now. That was quite a very unorthodox back take. Back control was unorthodox as well. So for Diedrick, who's more of a striker, it's much better for him to be in the common positions that he would find on the ground. Now he's fully mounted, wrapped up, laced with the legs, is Kertész. And once he gets these positions, he's so hard to deal with, is Máté Kertész. Extremely experienced individual.
And he's so good at just maintaining it, right? He doesn't take risks he doesn't need to make.
And just, chopping away at the gas tank is here as well. Nice and slow from the cold-blooded. Just trying to deplete Diedrick as he needs to try and get on a hip. Free one leg. At the moment, very, very flat and happy to be here. Needs to be showing some urgency to try and escape this position. Needs to try and split the legs and get onto one hip. Can't allow his legs to be laced. It's very hard for Kertész to amount any damage from this position because his hips are pushed down forwards. Keeps himself low, keeps his chest low. He can't create any distance to lay down big ground and pound, but smothering work. And like I said, working away at the gas tank at the moment. Diedrick doing great work there, splitting the legs.
And he's right in front of his corner as well there.
Yeah, I'm sure we're getting great advice here. He's trying to peel off the other leg. He's using his left foot to try and get rid of the right foot. That's great work. Good awareness from him, but again, it's a very, very comfortable position here for Kertész.
And the other thing that people don't understand, it looks like Kertész just laying on him, but those hips, when people know how to use them, they can suck the wind out of you, right?
Yeah, put a lot of forward pressure, right in the gut as well. You know, just above the bladder, very, very uncomfortable. And heavy, heavy breathing here. And like we said, that explosive gas tank of Diedrick is what he wants to try and take away. Because then once we get back to the feet, which it looks like we will in the second round, he would have slowly depleted against it. And now he's one round up. And like we said,
starts on the feet. Off we go. Diedrick in the blue corner. Kertész looking for the takedown instantly in the red.
and again, with Kertész, with the obvious takedown attempts like that, I don't think he's going to have a lot of success. But with the unorthodox ones, the little straight, now he's trying to bait a leg kick. He's kicking him, hoping that Diedrick will kick him back so he can take him down like he did in the first round. It's like a way of mirroring. If you throw a kick, you want him to throw a kick back. Then you time it and you get the takedown. Diedrick, again, not going for the kicks at the moment.
Yeah, slowly trying to close that distance. Heavy hands as well, especially coming from kickboxing where you got the gloves, 8, 10, 12-ounce gloves, then down to these beautiful 4-ounce ones that you can unleash the power with.
Well, and also for defensively might not work in your favor as well. But what Diedrick said to me, he said the thing he does not like, he thinks a lot of kickboxers do, is they change their styles when they get in the cage because they're so worried about the takedown. So they don't use that forward pressure that they use in kickboxing. And he says that's not what he's like. He likes to stand his ground and show that forward pressure. And that's what we're seeing in this second round. Again, grappling here, which I feel like he just should disengage straight away. But trying to prove a point maybe, but just giving opportunity here. To Kertész.
It was a nice sprawl, though. Nice sprawl. Then when he got taken back to the cage, got the double underhooks.
There you go. Beautiful work. To attempt that Kimura attempt there from Kertész, evaded straight away. So this is where Ammari, he doesn't want to take a step backwards. He wants to come forwards, but he needs to not overexert, so he allows Kertész to duck under him. Nice knee up the middle. Beautiful body kick. And there's that kickboxing.
Snapping kick, echoing around this Ostrava arena.
And this is what makes the fight more interesting now, when they have these moments. Because for me, Diedrick looks like the dangerous one. And we know Kertész doesn't carry an immense amount of power. He's more of a cardio, come forward. Again, needs to be careful, nothing unorthodox happens.
Yeah, Kertész, 13 pro wins, 5 by finish. All of those are by KO or TKO. Majority by TKO on the ground.
Yeah, he's like a builder. He builds lots of shots. Look at the mark on the leg there.
On that lead leg of Kertész. He's maybe taken 4 or 5 shots there, and already the welts are visible. But that is the kick that got caught, right, with the slip, obviously, in the first round. But
again, going to the well maybe too many times. Now I'd like to see Ammari maybe mix up with some boxing. At the moment, in the boxing realms, Kertész landing well. Good jabs, nice left hook in the first round as well. Switches stance, maybe going to unleash that left side, goes for the knee up the middle. This is much better work, though, when we compare the rounds.
Yeah, definitely, and still that forward pressure. One of the weapons Diedrick always uses is that forward pressure. It's a nice little shovel.
Nice left hand.
Yeah, nice and straight.
Again, go into that leg, go into that leg. I'd like to see him utilize the hands as well. Doesn't want to overreach. Oh. But Kertész happy to throw bombs back. Great stalking and control of the cage. How Diedrick's moving, he's stalking, stepping left, lateral movement, rather than following his man.
1 minute 50 seconds left in round number 2. Oof.
And again, go into that leg. I'd like to see a variation of Sabor. That was a heavy one, though. Heavy low kick there. And again, I'm going to really see the welt building on Kertész. Didn't like that last one. Big swing and a miss, and another low kick.
There we go.
Interesting one to score this round as we move into our final minute.
Yeah, definitely a very different round from round number 1.
And the beautiful, another leg kick lands.
That was solid.
They're becoming real significant strikes now. Look at the welt and the pain.
And also he's on his toes now, and that front leg is Kertész.
I'd like to see a feint there. I'd like to see a feint to the low kick. I'd like to see him go with that right hand. If he can land through the middle. But great change of mentality in this second round after such a...
and again.
He's so happy to keep going to that leg.
Mouthpiece comes flying out there.
I'm not sure if Diedrick saw it because it's such a...
He did,
oh, he did.
He spotted it.
And lots of blood on the nose now, on the face. Again, significant strikes to the headshots. They're coming from Kertész.
Yeah.
I would never expect him to win the boxing out of these two. Has a slight reach advantage, but you'd expect the power to come from Diedrick's corner. That's a big moment when the mouthpiece comes out. All of the judges see this.
Yeah.
Head kick. Blood now as well, visually.
Yeah, stepping forward again, though. But what a turnaround from round number 1. 20 seconds left.
Really nice right hand.
Both connect there.
Tense moments here in the final 10 seconds.
Yeah, this Ostrava arena filling up nicely.
Be interested to see how the judges have this one. I feel like maybe that gum shield knockout.
The odds, look how they've come closer together there.
Interesting.
Really?
That's the odds make it very interesting that they've come closer. That means they believe that he probably won that second round.
Oh, heavy shot from Kertész to kick us off.
Yeah, but Kertész is going to open up heavy and then go to the takedown. I can see it. He's going to open up heavy on the feet and try and get this to the ground because he was so dominant.
There
we go.
There you go.
Diedrick aware of it. But he didn't chain that together well enough, Kertész. He started hard with the shots. Nice leg kick again. He started real well on the feet, but then a little pause, and then he went for the takedown.
This forward pressure from Diedrick, though, right? Always in your face, forcing you to fight.
And it's normally the other way around.
Oh, big shots.
Here
he comes.
You normally expect Kertész to be putting on the forward pressure, but he cannot deal with that in this fight. Doesn't want to take a step backwards, does Diedrick, because we know the takedown's coming. Gets that underhook, beautiful work.
Deals with it,
the neck.
Deals with it, but now needs to get back to his feet. In on the single now is Kertész, and this is what he loves to do, chain these takedowns together.
Again, we see that sometimes with developing grapplers. Diedrick then, he won that grappling exchange, but it still puts him in a negative position because he doesn't want to grapple. He wants to get rid of Kertész and land those shots. Had the best moment he's had of the fight so far in that last moment before we saw the beautiful control of that chin strap to switch it up.
Turns
Great
it around.
Defensive wrestling there for Diedrick. Great.
See if he separates, gives up the underhook, so.
Oh, 2 underhooks here for Kertész. Now outside leg grip. Needs to be careful, he doesn't give on the back. Oh, tough time there for Diedrick as he gives up the back again. Now he needs to hustle. Now we get to see what the man is really made of in these positions. Deep in this third round.
Right in front of his corner as well.
In front of his corners. We saw this in the first round. He needs to change the dynamic. He needs to go all out here athletically to try and get back to his feet. He cannot waste time because he needs a finish in this third round. Great work from Kertész. You can see the development from Diedrick and the takedown defense that he has displayed. And then managed to reverse it here and get to the mount. This is where he ended up in the first round, though, for a very, very long time. So again, he needs to try and split those legs. Needs to get rid of the grapevine. Very difficult to do, but needs to get rid of this grapevine. Get onto one hip. See how he's doing that with the left foot. Now he's trying to beat the right foot.
Still working, though. Still trying to make some space, but Kertész so heavy on top.
Needs to go all out, needs to not worry about Kertész hitting him, needs to get these, does well here to free the legs, needs to continue. And again with that left hook, because Kertész here dominant on top. You can see the welts on that left leg, that must be painful.
2 minutes, 20 seconds now left in the third and final round between these two welterweights.
We need to see a Kotelik, we need to see a I'm so strong I can just stand up. But yeah, just slowly grinding away here. This is Kertész 101. And if you do not possess the grappling skills to deal with these situations, it's horrible. It is miserable being underneath here. There's nothing you can do. There's no strength or power. It's all technical. It's all small movements. This is what, you know, as maybe boring as it seems, this is what jiu-jitsu is really about, controlling position.
Yeah.
Really just devastating your opponent with position. Now, Diedrick's stuck. He can't do anything. And for him, time is running out. Has 1 minute and 30 seconds left to stake his claim here at Octagon.
Oh, now he shifts the hips, but Kertész just maintains. He's so good at this.
Just great with those laced legs. You see the legs laced around. You can't bridge out of this position. You have to twist. You have to straighten one leg. You have to split the legs, and you have to get one leg out before you can do anything else. If he has the grapevine or the lace, however you want to call it, that leg lace, good idea here, but might give up the back. Could give up an armbar here as well. But he's going for it. That's what he needs to do. That's what he needs. He needs our effort like that. 1 minute left from Diedrick. He needs to go all out to try and change the dynamic of this fight, because at the moment, it's all Kertész.
Final seconds of this round going to click in, 45 to go.
And this is how you deal with an extremely dangerous striker.
And we've seen this, the same with the fight in Kanchev. Kanchev, the Bulgarian knockout artist. And you saw from Kertész in that his game plan was to nullify with closing the distance and just maintaining top position as he's doing here. And that's the veteran he is, right, Luke? We use that word, but with the word veteran comes experience, comes all the time, the minutes in the cage, which help you grow and learn how to deal with fighters like this.
Yeah, exactly, and he just needed to push the knee down. He was very close there, Diedrick. Diedrick doing all the right things, and Diedrick showing his development inside the cage, some beautiful takedown defense on display. It was more in the MMA, you know, in the small little movements that Kertész just one step ahead, has the experience, you can tell that, but had his moments and glimpses, did Diedrick, of absolute danger.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, this bout goes to the judges' scorecard. So let's see how judges score this fight. All 3 judges scored this fight 30-27 for the winner, Máté, cold-blooded Kertész.
Octagon 52, Magard versus Cartwright, January 27th in Newcastle. Tickets available at ticketmaster.com now.